Girlfriend, are you in a sales plateau where you have come to the right place? If you have ever asked yourself, how can I increase my sales productivity? We're going to get to the bottom of that in today's video. We'll see you inside. Hi there, my name is Ingafay and I'm an Authenticity Strategist. And in today's video, we're going to teach you how to change your mindset. This is a key step to increase your sales productivity, and we're going to help you do that today. Secondly, we're going to help you learn how to serve people more so than sell. I know this is a big deal when it comes down to sales, and this is definitely going to be something that's going to help transform your productivity. And then last but definitely not least, we're going to use, I'm going to show you, really tell you a method on how you can really analyze your sales like Tom Brady does his game. Let's do this, shall we? So when it comes to actually thinking about sales, most of the time when we are thinking about sales, we just want to sell our product or service. So the shift in mindset that I'm going to teach you how to do today is to stop selling. We don't want you to be selling your product or service, because when you do that, you're really missing out on what your client really needs. And do you know what the client really needs? They don't need your product or service. They need you. You are the solution to their problem. So when it comes down to that, you want them to get to know you as a person. People buy from who they know, like, and trust. And when you keep that in mind, make sure that you sell yourself first, girlfriend, more so than sell your product or service. Now, you may think, well, Inga, that sounds great, but how do you do that? Well, I want to tell you, first and foremost, what I'm going to recommend that you do is that when you introduce yourself to somebody, instead of saying, hi, my name is Inga, and I help women with introverted tendencies that have, I help women with introverted tendencies that are entrepreneurs. Instead of me letting that be the first thing that comes out of my mouth, why can't I just say, hey, my name is Inga. What is your name? First and foremost, and get to know them as a person. Just have general conversation. Do you have kids? Are your kids in school? Where do your kids go to school? That kind of thing. Well, people can truly get to know you as a person, more so than you as the person that sells XYZ product. People buy you. They want to get to know you. They want to know what you're all about, and they want to know what your passion is. And then after they know that, then you can ask them to do something. But it's in that order. Get them to know you, get to know your passion, and then ask them about your product or service. So I'm hoping that what I just shared with you will benefit you. But before we go on, I want to remind you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We upload a video every Thursday for your viewing pleasure, and we don't want you to miss a beat. So be sure to subscribe. So now let's talk about, how do you serve and not sell? Now, I'm sure many of you are thinking, I'm serving them when I sell them. No, ma'am, you are not. You want to make it a point to find out what's going on with your prospect. That way you can ask people what they want, more so than assume that what you have is what they need. I want you to think of yourself like a lawyer. When they are in the courtroom, they are not making statements. They're asking questions to make the evidence for their client or for the opposing party, to find out what actually happened in the case. For them, the jury can make an educated decision. The questions are what clarify what was actually taking place or what actually happened. You want to do that same thing when it comes time to you interacting with your clients, girl. Now, I know as introverts, this can be something that we're not really used to doing, or we don't feel comfortable doing. We are comfortable and outgoing with people that we know, like, and trust. So later on in this video, I'm going to share with you a technique that I have used in the past that has really helped me hone in and be able to be who I am naturally, which is an introvert. So I can truly use my innate gifts to help my clients and prospects get what they want, not to just sell to them. So Continue to watch the video so I can share that with you. But just remember, you want to think of yourself like a lawyer, or you want to think of yourself like a doctor, where you are asking questions to really find out what people need and then be able to give them a prescribed solution for their desired outcome. So I'm curious, before we go on to the next topic, are you asking questions when it comes to the people that you're interacting with? And if so, how many questions are you asking? Maybe that's the better question. Can you share that in the comments below so we would know exactly how many questions you're asking? I would love to know. So now I want to tell you how you can really analyze and determine how you can upgrade your sales process, similar to what Tom Brady does in his game. Now, I'm sure many of you saw that and was thinking, what is she talking about? What is Tom Brady doing? Well, really, it's not a Tom Brady thing. I just said that because he's one of the folks, when you think of excellence in football, that you think of him. But what do people in sporting events do? They look at the tape of how the other team played before. Now, granted, you're not going to look at the other team. You're just going to look at your personal tape, and you're going to start recording your sales calls so you can hear how many questions you're asking your client and your prospect to really truly understand what they need. Are you doing more of the talking, or are your prospects doing more of the talking? You want to make sure that you're doing that as well. You're monitoring, you're seeing how many questions that you're asking, you're seeing who's talking the most. You're doing that so you can see exactly how effective that you are actually being in the sales process. You are also noticing how the tone of your voice, the tone of the other person's voice. Are you really in tune with what the person's saying to you? Are you distracted in any way that doesn't allow you to truly focus in on the person that you are really trying to serve and help? All of this plays into how that person interacts with you and the energy that you are portraying to that person, so they can really know that, are you really into what they're telling you? Are you really wanting to help them with their solution, or are you just trying to sell them a product? You guys know how that feels. So we want to make sure that you are really doing the things that you need to do to be successful. And one of those things would be recording yourself and listening back and seeing how you can tweak your process to make it even better for the next person that you serve next time. Another thing that I wanted to recommend that you do is to keep your service goals visible to you. So you may think, your service goal. Oftentimes when we're in sales, we have a sales goal. But I don't want you to focus on that sales goal. I want you to think like Zig Ziglar tells us, that if we help enough people get what they want, that we're going to get what we want. So instead of focusing on the sale, I want you to focus on the number of people served and keep that in front of you at all times. And if you have a team of staff that's working with you, that you keep that in front of them as well. So you're working on the number of people served. Like in McDonald's, they say a million served. I know you guys have seen that on their sign. Very similar to that is what you want to make sure that you're cognizant of. How many people are you serving? And keep that in front of you. Now, I know many of you that are watching this are introverts. And as I promised, I told you I was going to tell you about something that you could use that would help you ask the questions that you need to ask for your people to really find out how you can serve them and pre-qualify them for your product or service. Well, I have what's called a survey guide that will bless you and help you be able to create surveys that will allow you to pre-qualify the people before you even get to talk to them. So you don't have to keep rattling off the questions, because I know that's kind of uncomfortable for my fellow introverts. So in an effort to reduce that uncomfortableness that you can often feel when you're just rattling off questions to people that you don't know, I'm going to recommend that you have the survey to actually do that for you. So the survey guide is going to help you create questions that you can use in your pre-qualification process that will help you better serve your clients and help you use your innate gifts to do it. So check out that link in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching, and bye for now.